ನಮಸ್ತೆ, ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಭಾಗ್ಯ. ನಾನು ಆಶೋದಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಿ ಆರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಪಿ ಆರ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೆ, ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಕ್ಸ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಗೂಂಡಾಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದೂ ಆ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾವು ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೂ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಅನುಕೂಲ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೆಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿ ಆ ಸಮಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸುಲಭವಾಗಿ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ಪಿ ಆರ್ ಆಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಸಮುದಾಯಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Peer-led outreach is a critical element of Avahan's HIV prevention interventions.
We realized that on average we would need one peer outreach worker for every 50 most at-risk individuals. Of course, this varied depending on the situation. For example, if you went to a brothel-like setting where you had a large number of female sex workers congregated in one area, in that case you would need perhaps one peer for every 85 sex workers. If, on the other hand, we went to a village where we had a lot of dispersed women, in that case we would need one peer for every 35 sex workers.
Peer outreach workers belong to high-risk communities: female sex workers, men who have sex with men, transgender persons, or injecting drug users. They spread awareness about HIV and AIDS and promote health-seeking behavior among their peers. They also work towards individual and community empowerment. Peer outreach workers were central to this ambitious scale-up plan, and over time, they have taken on increasing responsibility for outreach and service delivery. The first phase of Avahan focused on training peer outreach workers to map specific locations and count high-risk individuals in that particular location. Peer outreach workers used markers and paper to draw simple maps of hotspots where community members solicit or practice sex work. These hotspot maps are pictorial representations of key landmarks such as streets, buildings, bus and train stations, police stations, as well as places that are helpful to the high-risk community like drop-in centers and clinics. Micro-planning allows peer outreach workers to record individualized data about each community member, such as which services or how many condoms the person received that week. With this information, peer outreach workers can assess how they are doing in reaching everyone in the community and better plan outreach activities for the following week. Next, peer outreach workers created maps of their social networks within the hotspots. These maps listed the names of their friends and acquaintances in the high-risk communities and were color-coded to highlight each individual's risk and vulnerability factors.
सांगते मी तुला की हे समजा आता हे भेटलोय तर हे नमस्काराचे चित्र आपण वापरतोय.
To help track and improve the efficacy of outreach work, Avahan trained peer outreach workers to use several innovative low-literacy micro-planning tools, such as daily tracking forms that employ easy-to-understand symbols or stickers to record information. Each peer outreach worker carries a small booklet that allows them to record whom they met with each day and which outreach services they provided, whether it was condoms or referrals to the clinic for STI testing. The peer outreach worker usually transfers this information to a weekly tracking form that lists everyone who received outreach that particular week, as well as the services they received. With this information, the peer outreach worker can identify gaps and see who was not contacted that week, who needs outreach in the upcoming week. These tools are also useful in assessing how well the outreach worker is performing.
जो हमारी डेली डायरी है, जो ट्रैकिंग सीट है, तो उसमें इतनी आसानी से है कि हमें जो उनकी हमारी कम्युनिटी के लोग है जो जानकारी एक साथ रिकॉर्डिंग कर फिर हमें पता चलता है कि हाई रिस्क में कौन है और लो रिस्क में कौन है. जो हाई रिस्क में है उनके लिए ज़्यादा टाइम देकर काम करना ज़रूरी है.
In the third phase of the program, the role of peer outreach workers is to become leaders and role models within their community. They play an integral part in crisis response systems
In fact, we train them on every aspect of the program, in advocacy with local stakeholders such as the police or even government officials at the district level.
Over time, peer outreach workers have progressed beyond their initial role in the program and have become opinion leaders. With their leadership skills, advocacy, and organizational skills, they have helped their communities to realize their legal, social, and economic entitlements. After 3 years of implementing peer outreach with microplanning, Avan achieved significant scale and intensity of service delivery. These peers are now leaders of the high-risk community outreach efforts. Given the right opportunity, they will sustain their efforts towards creating an enabling environment. They will continue to strengthen their collective identity until they can claim ownership of future HIV prevention interventions in their communities.